Hey folks, how you doing? Yeah, we're coming back to make another video. Apparently there's still some more hungry people need to be fed. Anyway, we're going to try something a little bit different today. When I was a kid, my mom used to make corn chowder. Now again, being from the poor side of the tracks, we didn't realize that, okay, corn chowder in itself was tasty. Well, now that I look at recipes, it was the base for other things. We just couldn't afford the other things growing up, so I'm going to get a little bit creative here today. And I'm going to try a corn chowder, but not a Boston corn chowder. See, I've tried that in the past before, and the cream base always breaks, makes a big mess, and I just never could quite get it right. Then I was watching this chef on YouTube. Yeah, I spend a lot of time on YouTube. And this one guy, he made what's called a Manhattan corn chowder. There's no cream in it. It's all tomato based. I've tried it a couple times. Works wonderful. Works wonderful. So that's what I'm going to attempt to make here today, and see if I can't make a jug full here and get some bellies filled up. Anyway, here we go. So let's start with Manhattan corn chowder. Now, there's a lot of different ways people talk about making corn chowder. Get the lid off that, because that'll work a lot better that way. And this is kind of my take on it. This isn't an absolute. I mean, you try this, you see things you like, you try them. If you don't like them, you know what, try something different. And it's okay, it's okay. And what I'm going to do to start with, right off the hop, low sodium chicken broth. That right there is 900 mils. So, I'm not even going to convert that. If you want to know what the conversion is on that, go to Google. Convert milliliters to cups to whatever you need. So that's 900 mils of low sodium chicken broth. I'm just going to dump that right in there. Real fancy, isn't it? So I'm going to dump that in there. In the garbage. Now, corn chowder. Corn is a requirement. So I got about 3 cups of whole kernel corn there. Dump that in. Dump that in now. Because it's corn chowder, I have some cream corn I'm going to throw into that. Yeah, I went to Walmart and got a new can opener. That a couple videos ago, that can opener was giving me a lot of grief. Now this one here is the same model, but it's a good heavy can opener. Got it for a good price, Walmart. Remember the deal? If it ain't on sale, don't buy it. Well, I found a can opener on sale, so I was going to put 2 cans of the cream corn in there, but I think from looking at it, one's going to do it. One's going to do it. Now, garlic. Now, I've been trying this stuff here. It's a freeze-dried garlic. And it actually works not too bad. A teaspoon doesn't hardly fit in there, so see, a teaspoon of freeze-dried would be about a tablespoon of regular. So I'm going to put a healthy teaspoon of freeze-dried garlic. Let's put that back here. Now I'll put that over there. And now, a lot of these recipes called for tarragon. I couldn't find it anywhere in the stores here. But I got looking at it and says, you know what, Italian seasoning works just as well. So I take about a half a teaspoon of Italian seasoning, just sprinkle that in there. I'm going to get the spicing out of the way here first. And then we'll stir it all up in then. Once it cooks on high for 4 hours, did you catch that? On high for 4 hours. Then all the seasoning is going to mix in. So now, let's see. Let's go about a half a teaspoon of black pepper. Yeah, about a half a teaspoon, that works. You don't want too much seasoning, but you want enough, right? Then we're going to go a half a teaspoon of salt. And again, if it's not enough salt when you get it done, you know what? You can add more to your bowl when you're done, right? If it hasn't got enough, it's about a half a teaspoon. So we'll get that in there. Now, here's where it comes to the good part. Chili pepper flakes. Dum, da, dum, dum. Put that over the other side. No, that's still too small. I want to get some here. I'll get about, I'm going to say about half. about 1/2 to 3/4 of a teaspoon. That's it. Throw that in there. So now we got that part all taken care of. And that's taken care of. So now let's see what we need to do. Oh yeah. Tomato paste. About that much. And I mean, doesn't matter what the brand is. I found it at Walmart. Guess what? It was on sale. So I bought one. A lot of people say we got to put this much, that much, or whatever. But you know what? I figured there's in small cans for a reason. And one thing about tomato stuff, when you open it, it doesn't stay good on the shelf for very long. Now, so I'm going to dump. Man, that's thick. Oh, come on, get out of there. I'm going to have to go in there and dig it out. So I'll dig that out there. Dig that out, dig that out. Yep, very tomatoey. Very thick. I have heard that'll thicken it up, make it a little richer. So now, diced tomatoes. Let's throw some of that in there. Man, this new can opener works nice. That old can opener, it was just beat up. I mean, it's not like it owed us anything, right? It did not owe us not a thing. So let's get that up out of here. Again, there we go. So we dump that. Just dump it in. Nothing fancy, nothing fancy. Just get it in the slow cooker. Get it in the slow cooker. Now, one thing I have discovered, so I'm going to put this in there, so I'm going to need this cutting board space, is something that we need in corn chowder is bacon. So now, I got 3 slices of bacon. Actually, it looks like I picked up 4 by mistake. Is it even possible to put too much bacon in something? And again, this bacon I get from a local meat market, the same one I dealt with before to get the chicken wings, Moore's Meats. Amazing place. And this bacon is like nothing I have ever had in a grocery store. So, I cut it. And I'm cutting it bite-sized pieces. Now, some people say, well, you go to brown it first? No. Because when it's in the slow cooker, 400 degrees, or not 400, on high for 4 hours, which is about 200 degrees, it's going to cook through, and we want the fat to render from the bacon in the pot. And there's a reason for that. When you go to thicken it later, you're going to add some cornstarch. You need the fat from the bacon to react with the starch to do the thickening. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to cut this all up here. Just in kind of what you think, bite-sized piece. Like I said, I just split the bacon slice down the middle and cutting it up in like 1/2-inch slices or so. Now, how much bacon is that? I don't know, it looks like about 2 cups. Remember that measuring? That's about how much bacon. So we got that done. Now we got that out of the way. Now I'm going to put that plate down here. Man, I got to get a bigger cooking space. Now, potatoes. I'm going to just, for giggles, and I just might end up putting that other can of cream corn in there. I don't know yet. But anyway, let's see what we got here for potatoes. Now, there's different kinds of potatoes you can get, and some of them are pretty old and crusty and beat up. These are fairly new potatoes, thin skins. Do not peel them. Just clean them up, cut them up, throw them in, skins and all. When you do that, the flavor dynamic is very different when they still has the skins on them. Now what do? I just kind of cut them up, bite-sized pieces. Do I try to keep it even to make it look pretty? You already know the answer to that. See, I just cut that up, dice it up, throw it in there. Like I said, I'll try to get it to about 3 or 4 cups. 3 cups it works even. Like 2 cups is a good standard. And how I got that was putting your hands together. It makes about 2 cups. That knife is cutting through there so sharp right now that's actually sticking to the potatoes. Don't want to end up slipping and knocking a thumb off or something here, so got to be careful. So I'll cut that up and throw that in there. What kind of potatoes are these? I don't know. They were on sale at Walmart. I grabbed a bag. Actually, I grabbed 2 bags. So now that I remember looking in my pantry, there was 2 bags in there. So they must have been on sale if I ended up with 2 of them. But see, I don't buy a whole lot of fresh potatoes. I'm more inclined to buy a bag of rice or a box of minute rice. Because for the most part, for potatoes, I was there for a while. They would go bad before I would use them all. Maybe one more potato can cut up in there yet. They would go bad before I could use them, and it ended up just being a waste. Just a waste. Okay, let's see. Man, that knife is sharp. Now I got a gospel. This bounced around in my head today. Swing low, sweet chariot, go to make me ride. Swing low, sweet chariot. Yeah, it's one of those kind of days. I've always got music bouncing around my head. Yeah, I'm a musician. I play a bunch of different instruments. And, well, maybe even one day, you never know, I may decide to plug one in and put a quick video together for you guys on here. It won't be any prize winner, but you know what? It'll pass the time. So there, I got about 3 cups of potatoes in there. So that's done. I don't think we need any more of those. No. Celery. Now, for most cooking, whether it's soup, stews, or any kind of thing involved, there's what they call the Trinity. Some people call it aromatics. I mean, you got all kinds of fancy names. I mean, if you went to a fancy French restaurant, they'd give it a fancy name and charge you an extra $10 a plate for it. Yeah, they would. Me, I just call it the Trinity. Now, for most cooking, the Trinity would be like onion, celery, carrot, equal amounts. If you're doing Cajun cooking, that changes. You got onion, celery, bell pepper. So, depends on the culture you're working with. So, check out the different recipes and see what the foundation is. See what the foundation is. Now, I could have got away with not using the chicken broth in this, but you know what? Because I'm adding the aromatics, that's about 2 cups of celery there. I'm putting aromatics in, so I could have got away with it because I'm putting chicken wings in here again as well. So I could have gone away without the broth and made my own, but you know, today I felt adventurous, so we're going to make a chicken broth. And after all, it was on sale. So now, these baby carrots, a lot of people say, oh, don't use them, they're not organic. You know what? They're as organic as anything else that grows in the garden. So let's get about 3 cups worth here. That's close enough, about 3 cups, so dump that in there. Yes, she's looking pretty good. Looking pretty good. Just close that back up and just stick it back in the fridge. Find something else. You know what else works good for these little baby carrots? Take a little bit of ranch dressing, put it in a bowl, put a bunch of these in the bowl on the side, dip them in the ranch dressing, just eat them raw out of the bag. You will not regret it. It's a good snack. It's healthy for you too. I do that sometimes with carrots like that, or something else that I like doing it with is if I see a head of cauliflower in the produce department that's on sale, I'll buy it, clean the green off it, cut the floor, the white part up, and you can dip that in ranch dressing, just use it for munchy food. I mean, it works. You can do it with that. You can do it with raw button mushrooms. You clean them up, cut them up, use them for dip. It's a cheap veggie tray, and it's good for you. But now, the chicken wings. Now we just take that. Look at that. Just peel the top right off of that bag. Now we cut these. But before we cut that, what I'm going to do is try to stir that all around. Look at that bacon. Oh my God, there's a lot of bacon in there. Now see, that's getting a lot of liquid in there. But don't worry about it because we're making like a chowder this time. We don't want it to get all absorbed up. And keep in mind too that when this starts to cook, it's going to loosen up a little bit because the vegetables are going to sweat some moisture out. The chicken wings being frozen are going to sweat some moisture into this. The spices are already in it. The chicken wings are on. And now, let's see, we'll get this out of the way. Because I don't have a whole lot of space here. I've been thinking maybe tidying up my kitchen. My kitchen isn't real pretty in the building I live in. And, well, I don't want you to think I'm living like something that's not quite right, but let me see. Let me look at that. Yeah, I think we're going to put that other can of cream corn in. After all it is, corn chowder. So what do we want? We want corn in it. Is it possible to put too much corn in corn chowder? I don't think so. Now, I went to a local restaurant in my town one time and tried to get a bowl of corn chowder. And now, I remember what corn chowder was like when I was growing up as a kid. Just dump that in on the top there. You don't even need to stir that down in because, you know what, as it cooks, it's going to render down there just fine. I remember what corn chowder was supposed to be like, and, well, I don't know what this bowl was, whatever it was they brought to me. It was the furthest thing from corn chowder I had ever experienced. Now, this restaurant had a really good reputation with the locals. And up until then, I used to actually like eating there. Well, the last few times I've eaten there, the food quality seems to be slipping. I'm not going to name the restaurant because that's not what I'm about. And the corn chowder was more like a cream of celery soup. They didn't have any other vegetables in it, and you had the occasional interaction with corn in it, and it was like, this is pathetically disgusting. I'm hoping this will surpass that, because there's corn in there. There's a lot of corn. And then when I thicken it, I'm going to use cornstarch. You're going to get the corn sweetness from the corn flavor in there, and that. A little bit of peppers and hot corn go together. So now we take, the lid goes on. Find a power source for this bad boy. And 1 click low, 2 clicks high. Turn it on high, 4 hours. Did you get that? High for 4 hours. Now, I'm probably going to come back and check this again in 2 hours just to kind of see how it's going and get those chicken wings pulled apart and stirred down into it and then let it finish up. But anyway, that's all I got to do for now, and I'll see you in about 2 hours. Well, folks, it's been 2 hours. See the condensation on this. Look at it. It's just doing amazing things in there. And the smells. Oh my God, you can smell corn, you can smell tomatoes, the aromatics, the spices. Oh, buddy, this smells like corn chowder now. But anyway, now I'm going to open this up. And like I said, I wish you could be here to get these smells because they're just amazing. Just amazing. But anyway, here we go. Buddy, see, we get these chicken wings all apart now. Oh, buddy, yeah, they're all coming apart. They're not all clumped together now. And look at this. Oh my God. Look at this. We've got corn in there. We've got onions and celery and spices. And yes. You saw that little blurb. When I did the initial recording, I forgot to put the onion in. I did a moment. But anyway, I did it off camera and got it in there. Just a medium-sized onion. Just a couple 3 inches across. Cut up works out to about 2 cups. You know the routine, right? But anyway, there's the chicken wings all... Oh, buddy. There's the chicken wings all apart now. Lid back on. 2 more hours. Then we hit it with some cornstarch to thicken that up. The bacon's cooking down. The fat's rendering in nicely. The fat will react with the cornstarch. It'll thicken this up. Just amazing. And then we do the taste test. And then you know what's coming after the taste test. Yeah, we got some juice waiting for you. Anyway, see you in 2 hours. Well, the final 2 hours is done. Now, we're going to open this up. We're going to give it a bit of a stir. And we're going to learn how to make a cornstarch slurry. That's what we're going to do. So, okay, there we go. Look at that. You see the liquid level is a little bit higher than what it was when we started. That's because, like I said, everything in there kind of sweats everything out. So give this a stir. Oh, look at all that goodness in there. And the chicken wings. Let me see what else chicken wings. Oh yeah, buddy. Oh yeah, look at that. What I should do though, those chicken wings should be done. They were done last time. Look at that, buddy. I'm going to leave that on high. Now, for a cornstarch slurry, what I would say to do, I'm just going to keep this down here. You won't be able to see this, but I'm going to put in 2 generous tablespoons of cornstarch into that glass. 1, 2. See that right there? Now, when you add water to that, make sure it's cold water. That way it'll make up into a nice slurry. It'll break up nice. If you put warm water in that, you just made glue. So now we take a little bit of cold water and knock that down on the side and just start to stir it. And the cornstarch mixes in quite nicely. Okay, there we go. Like that. And that's kind of somewhat bubbling in there. It's on high. So it should be enough heat to do what we need to do with it. Now watch this. You just go. Pour. That's a little bit stuck on the spoon there, but that's fine. Now, the starch is going to work with the fat that's in there from the bacon. And it's going to start to thicken up here in a minute. Oh, buddy, look at that. Just look at that. Look at that, would you? Oh, yeah, meat's pulling away from those bones on the chicken wings nicely. Yes. Just look at that. But what I'm going to do, before we do the big test, I'm going to try one of those carrots. Because those are what take the longest to cook in here. And if that's done, then we're done. Still a little bit crunchy, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to put the lid on this. Because if that's done, not quite, then you know what, the other stuff can probably go. So the cornstarch is in it. I'm going to put the lid on. I'm going to let it go for another hour. Because there is more stuff in there. The carrots, like I said, they still got a bit of a crunch to them. I want that crunch gone. But anyway, so we're going to let it go for another hour. We'll come back and check on it. See you in an hour. Well, folks, here we are again. Now, I said at the end of the last clip I was going to let this go for another hour. Well, I actually let it go for 2. And I'm thinking that was just about the right amount. I'm trying to figure out, why did it take an extra 2 hours? Well, there's quite a bit more in there. And there's quite a bit more of what I call hard vegetables, like potatoes, carrots, and stuff that would take a little bit longer. And there's just more mass in there to cook through. So I'm thinking that's why. But anyway, rule of thumb, when you're cooking something, check one of the carrots or one of the hard vegetables. Make sure they're soft. And like the chicken wings, pull one apart, see how easy it pulls apart, whatever. And just a heads up, I already did that before I went on camera. The carrot is still a little bit something there, but it's okay. And the chicken wing just came apart and just fell off the bone. So I'm thinking we're good. I never understood this concept of al dente vegetables. I always thought it was because they were too stupid to cook. But anyway, that's just my little thing there. But now I see al dente, for me at this point means I don't want to let it run for another hour. I'm hungry. But anyway, let's do this. You ready? You ready? Check this out. Check this out. Look at this, buddy. And it's thickened up nicely from the cornstarch in there. Look at all the vegetables. Oh, buddy. Well, it feels like it might be sticking a little bit in the bottom, but that's okay. That's okay. It's not real bad. It's not smelling burnt, so we're still good that way, right? But anyway, there we go. We're going to take that. And now, it's time. It's time. Oh, grab some of that chicken wing and some of the vegetable stuff. Oh, yeah, buddy. We got some potatoes and stuff. Already got a chicken wing in there. Oh, buddy. Set this back here. Now, you know what's coming next, right? Can you smell it? Go ahead, try it real hard. This stuff smells heavenly, beautiful. Now we're going to try a little bit. Just the way it came out of the slow cooker. Now let's grab one of those carrots, or let's grab a hunk of that potato there and some corn. It is corn chowder. Let's try the corn, right? So, we try. Ooh, it's hot. Oh, buddy. You can smell the smokiness of the bacon. You can taste the bacon. The vegetables are just nice. And those chicken wings, oh my God. You gotta try another one of those. Which means I gotta put this bowl down. Okay, so now, you get a fork. Just stick it into the chicken wing. Give it a turn, and look at that, the meat just pulled right off it. Oh my. Just pulls right off the bone. So that extra 2 hours, it was... Oh, buddy, I gotta finish this chicken wing. I can't talk here for a minute. I want to talk, but this stuff is so amazing. Look at that. Just pulled off the bone. I'm wearing almost as much as I'm eating here. Look at that. Right off the bone. Now you know what time it is, right? It's time for the juice. Oh yeah, just about forgot. Lord, forgive my ignorance. We should give thanks for what we got here. Lord, thank you for this food we're about to receive, or already have somewhat received. Bless juice to our body and us to your service. I ask this in Jesus' name. Amen. Always give thanks first. Almost messed that up. That's the most important part, because without God Almighty, we got none of this. But with Him, we have all things. We have all things taken care of. But anyway, now, time for the juice. Probably got a couple tablespoons in that bowl of the juice. Oh, yeah, buddy. I don't know if you can see that. Just kind of floating in there on top. Oh, yeah, buddy. This is good. This is the stuff right here. Oh, give that a start. Oh, buddy, this stuff smells amazing. Now, that looks like corn chowder. Anyway, I'm going to try a little bit of this with the juice on. Just hold on now. Oh, man. I'm a happy man. I'm a happy, blessed man right now. I'm going to try another bite of this just now. That's a little piece of that bacon. Anyway, this has been amazing. Got a lot of food here. I'm going to turn this off here just a minute. We've got a lot of food here. Didn't cost a whole lot to make it. Going to have a lot of people can be fed from this. You know what? Even after a lot of people are fed with it, there's still going to be enough left over in case somebody drops by, needs to have something put in their belly. So just keep that in mind when you're making it. Always make a little bit extra, because you never know, right? You never know. Anyway, on that note, thank you all for watching my videos. Click like and subscribe if you know, it helps me get the videos out there. And until we meet next time, take care of yourself.